Welcome to the Patrick Coffin Show. This episode is brought to you by Covenant Eyes. Go to covenanteyes.com, put my first name, Patrick, as a key code, as a coupon, just before checkout. This is the best software blocker for pornography. If you want to reduce your porn use, Covenant Eyes probably not for you. This goes to zero. And it's not just blocking pornographic content that destroys families and kids and souls and marriages. It also sends every single page, every keyword search to a third-party email. So it's also accountability. It treats adults like adults. All the devices in the Coffin household have Covenant Eyes attached there too. It's a great way to protect your family from the monster known as the porn industry. So covenanteyes.com. My name, Patrick, as a coupon code gets you 30 days to test drive this bad boy for free. We'll be right back with our guest. Okay, the topic is fasting. Now, we're recording this in Lent 2020, but the power of fasting, not just the health benefits, not just because it's also kind of keto, but the spiritual benefits and the biblical nature of fasting is fascinating to me. And I know a lot of people have questions about fasting and some of the practices in the church with regard to fasting and abstinence. And our guest is Father Hezekiah Carnazzo. You may know him as Deacon Sabatino Carnazzo when he was a deacon when I interviewed him on Catholic Answers Live. He's also the founder of the Institute of Catholic Culture, which we'll be talking about. Father Hezekiah, great to see you again.
Hello, Patrick. It's great to be here with you. Thank you for the invitation. I'm looking forward to spending some time with you.
Every time I see you, you've got a new level of holy orders. What's next? Is it? Yeah. Well, you can't be bishop, right? Because you're married with 6 kids.
That's right. I'm a married priest, and actually, no, we now have 7 children.
7. Oh, praise be to God.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah, our daughter was just born. Our 7th daughter, or 7th child.
Yep.
2nd daughter was just born a few weeks ago, so we're very blessed.
Will she also learn how to snowboard eventually?
Oh, well, maybe she'll have to learn from somebody else. I'm nursing a couple broken ribs right now, having taken my boys up, but yeah. Somebody else is going to have to teach her, I think.
Right. Well, let's start with the Institute of Catholic Culture. I've visited the site many times. There's tons and tons of free content, and you get A-list speakers there. And you and I have talked about the roots of culture. And before I ask you to launch on what that is and why you started it, I want to credit you for something. I asked you a question a couple of years ago on Catholic Answers Live about what books do you recommend? And I was sure that you were going to go Christopher Dawson, Chesterton, St. Augustine. You just went, Patrick, the Bible. Read the Bible. And that was like a flaming arrow of truth. So I have gotten more intentionally biblical thanks to you. So with that, tell us about the Institute.
Yeah, the Institute of Catholic Culture, we founded just about 10 years ago as an effort to offer a kind of a deep formation, availability for a deep formation anyways, for those who are hungry for it, in the Catholic faith. And it's all aspects of the Catholic faith, not just what's popular, the latest crisis, but really to give people an opportunity to become deeply rooted in history, theology, philosophy, scripture, to kind of give I would say, a taste of a Catholic liberal arts education to the general public, to the laity, and anyone who wants to come and to learn. So many people, I see these things go across in the news. Catholics don't believe in the Eucharist, don't know the faith. They don't, it's true. So many people in the pew, your average Catholic in the pew, so many don't really understand the teachings of the Church, and certainly don't understand the philosophical underpinnings of scriptural basis and things like that. And learning those things for me was life changing. I was myself away from the Church for a number of years in my high school years and the years following. It was only when I started to pick up the Church Fathers, the Scriptures, I went back to school, that all of a sudden I realized that the faith that I had received as a child was really a way of life and a total change of perspective about who I am as a person in the created order, in God's plan, and went about trying to give others an opportunity to learn that. So that's what the Institute's all about.
I read something that I believe it was a talk you gave, or something that you said in, is it Sophia Magazine?
Yeah.
It was a Melkite link that I found it.
Yes.
And it was on almost, I'm summarizing your essay, but it was like spiritual latchkey kids. where low information Catholics drop their kids off at CCD class, or they put them to the doors of the Catholic school because they don't feel equipped or qualified, or they figure forming their own children in the faith is the job of someone else. And that seems to be a snapshot of the problem.
Well, it's a matter. I think it's an easy way to point the finger at someone else, including our children. Mm-hmm. They are the ones. Oh, the children have to go learn the faith. Oh, they're why aren't they keeping the faith? Well, the reason why our children are not serious about their relationship with Christ is because I am as a father, and I take responsibility with my own children to the extent that they are growing in holiness. They're very much dependent upon me as their father.
Hey, this is Patrick Coffin. If you like what you see and hear, and you want to see and hear more, consider joining Coffin Nation as a full member. Just click right here and find out more about what that means. Nipsey, my fedora. That's Coffin Nation, the world's largest online community of culture builders. Click right here. See you on the inside.